it's Kenzie.
And Natalie, and today we're going to be talking about negative mindsets and how to get out of them. The brain actually thinks negatively as a defense mechanism to kind of prepare your body if things go wrong. So, like, an example would be, for instance, you're at a tryout and you are about to go up and your brain is just going through all the negative things that can happen just to prepare yourself if those things happen. That way that your brain has like a backup plan if it does.
It's not so much like if you go in there and you're confident and you're hype about it and then it goes wrong, like you don't want that. So it's easier to just think negative about it and you won't get like as hurt, I guess.
Yeah, and you'll also like have a backup plan, like if this goes wrong then I'm going to do this, and if this goes wrong I'm just going to play it off.
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
And I think that there's like good like alternatives. Like there's some like statements that if you like just by the way that you say them, they go more negative. But if you were to switch one word or switch two words around,
that. Or like how you say it.
yes, it's all about how you say it, and it'll change how it's perceived and like just how it seems, because it can go from negative to neutral or negative to positive, like
Right.
literally in the snap of a finger just by the switch of two words.
Right, and we're not saying that like having a negative mindset is like terrible, because everybody's gonna have it. Everybody's gonna have like a negative thought, and sometimes that's okay. Sometimes that's okay because it's normal. We're humans, and as that defense mechanism, it's to keep you safe. And sometimes that's better than thinking positively, about everything.
And like switching from like a negative mindset to a more positive one is as easy as just waking up and not being so negative, being like, I don't want to get up, I don't want to go to school, I don't want to go like here, I don't want to do this. Like just be like, I'm going to make it a good day. Like, or if you're worried about like a test or something, just be like, I'm prepared, I studied, I'm ready.
Right, and a lot of the time when you set yourself up for success like that, like, and you say the positive things, a lot of the times that makes you want to make it happen too. Instead of just being like, oh, I'm going to fail this test, like you said, like, I'm going to fail this test, I'm like, I've studied all night, but like I don't remember anything, and da-da-da-da, or I haven't studied at all, and I'm going to do so awful. Instead, you need to instead you could just take a deep breath, get up and be like, I'm going to do so good, like, I'm going to rock this test. I saw this quote, and it was like, just because you get a bad grade on something does not mean that your life stops. Like, life keeps going. You can always, like, for the people that are listening and they are sticklers for their grades, I know me and Mackenzie are very, very big sticklers for our grades. Like, we love to have A's, but a bad grade does not define who you are, and you can always get it up. And even if you don't, whoop-de-doo, life keeps going. Like, you need to keep setting yourself up for success. And then once you get in that negative mindset because of grades, that's when they're just going to stop dropping. Like, if you get one bad grade, you need to get yourself back up, study harder, and keep rolling.
Yeah, like I'll even share like my personal example. This year I'm taking like a pretty difficult class, and it's a college class, and my grades, they're still good, and like in everyone else's eyes they're good, but for me they're a little bit different than like usual.
Right.
So for me that like sent me, and I was really negative about it. And then finally after like 2 weeks I was like, like I'm not gonna go anywhere just being upset about it, so I might as well just like take that emotion and push it towards like doing anything I can to just stay, and just like to understand that, because I'm perfectly fine where I'm at. It was just I was like, oh, okay, so
Right. And like we said, like, some negative mindsets are fine, especially the defense mechanism ones, but like when you think negatively about everything in your life, that's not going to get you anywhere, because you don't have the drive to get anywhere. You need to, if you need to, take that negative energy and make it push you.
Yeah.
Like, take that negative, push it to drive you, and make a positive out of it.
Yeah, and I think that's really good. I think if you ever have like any emotion, like if you're like just like sad, if you're mad, like you should, like, taking that emotion and pushing it towards something good can be a really good way to, like, just help yourself.
Right, and you also need to surround yourself with people that are going to support you and are not going to keep putting you in that negative mindset and are going to make you laugh, because laughing is good for you.
Ha ha!
But like laughing is like really good for you. It boosts your serotonin levels and all your feel good chemicals, which is good, which is positive, guys. All right, I think that's it. Thank you for joining us. I'm Natalie.
I'm Mackenzie.
And we'll see you next week.